it, Hans. The monkey in the wrench. Pain in the ass.
We are that fly in the ointment. This is Tim. This is Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. It's the Monday after the Dallas debacle. Da da da. I've had time to, reflect on the video I did Thursday night, because some people were upset about it, because I questioned Daniel Jones. I questioned his ability to move the Giants forward in a big game. I questioned the fact that he's 0 for 10 in primetime games, that I had the audacity to question these things. In my most sincerest apologies to those that I offended for that, I would just like to say, screw you. Daniel Jones sucks. Get over it. He proved once again 0 for 10 in primetime games. He proved once again, you could talk about once again not having the wide receivers, the offensive line. The Giants, the blueprint to beat the Giants is extremely simple. You stop Saquon Barkley. You limit the Giants' patent play, which is the rollout, where Daniel Jones rolls out and he either has the option to run or throw to the tight end or the wide receiver on one side of the field. I find it amazing that Giants are again going back to Pat Shurmur's playbook and cutting the field in half for Daniel Jones. It's mesmerizing. They are literally cutting the field in half again. Shurmur did this with Jones, and that's why he was successful that first year, but you can only do it for a short period of time. You cut the field in half, you give him a check down, you give him an intermediate route, and then you give him a deep pass all on the same side of the field, and then you tell them option B is your main option. If it's not there, run. And that's what they're doing. This is what Kafka's doing. This is what Dable's doing. This is what Judge did. This is what Garrett did. It should tell people something. It should show people something. It's just not working. It's just not. He's going to have his moments. Daniel Jones has what I like to refer to as the Daniel Jones drive of the game. He has one good drive the entire game and then goes in the tank for the rest of the game. I hate it when I think it was a couple weeks ago, where he played the Texans and he had his very first good drive, the very first drive of the game. And that just kind of ended it there. That was a good drive of the game. We're done now. We need to stop. We need to think. We need to be logical. If you want to have any consideration of making the playoffs, you would think you may want to give this offense a spark. You may want to go to the OG QB. You may want to have a quarterback switch. And this would be the perfect week to do it, because of the fact you're going to have a couple extra days before you go up against the Washington team. I'm not calling them the Commanders. I would prefer to call them the Redskins, but I'm not calling them the Commanders. Think about it. You just need a spark. You need something. The Giants have the ability to move the ball within the 20s at times. But the problem is when they continuously move the ball in the 20s, they get into the red zone. Nothing. They can't score. Outside of a garbage touchdown at the end of the game, they can't score. We cannot continuously rely on Graham Gano. It doesn't make any sense. Why not do something different? Why not just throw in the OG QB? Give him a game. Give the Giants, hopefully try to get the Giants offense a spark. Something that could move them, something that could move the needle, something that could move them forward, something that could just maybe inject a little life into the offense. I'm not saying that Tyrod Taylor is the long-term solution. I'm not. But I'm saying for maybe a game, for maybe 2 games, maybe it just makes sense. Daniel Jones is not playing terribly, but he missed a lot of throws that a fourth-year NFL quarterback should make. He's missed, and he's missed monumentally in the last couple weeks. And I love it because some people are like, well, you're going to eat those words when the Giants re-sign him next year. They're not going to re-sign him. We talked about this before. When Shane came out and said that we are not negotiating contracts for the rest of the season, or renegotiating contract extensions for the rest of the season after the bye week. And what happened was his team, Joe Shane, met with Saquon Barkley's team, and they couldn't come up with a contract. He never even talked to or met Daniel Jones' representation. That tells you something right there. but give the team a spark. The offense is sputtering. Daniel Jones, like I said, he is not a scrambler. He is not a running quarterback. He is a quarterback who can run. There's a difference between being a running quarterback and a quarterback that can run. Justin Fields is a running quarterback. That's why Justin Fields will rush for over 1,000 yards this season. Daniel Jones is a running quarterback out of necessity. That's when he runs. Tyrod Taylor is a scrambling quarterback, is a running quarterback. There is a huge difference. There's a monumental difference. So why not? And and I know people are going to be like, well, that's just crazy, stupid, Tim. You don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, whatever. I'm going to say it anyways. Why not? At this point in time, you're lost 2 in a row. You have, 5 divisional games left? You're already 0-2 in the division? The gimme game that you thought you were going to have against the Colts is not looking like a gimme game anymore. You got a game against the Minnesota Vikings in the Dome. You have 2 against the Commanders. You have 2 against Philadelphia. I'm sorry, there's 4 divisional games left. I apologize. Wasn't thinking. So you have 2 against Commanders. You have 2 against Philadelphia. You no longer have an easy game versus the Colts. And you have the Vikings at home. In the Dome. They're home in Minnesota. Why not just try something different? Throw caution to the wind. Be bold. We've said it a million times. Be bold and mighty forces will come to your aid. But if you don't do something different and you continuously do the same thing, I just want the Giants to take the rollout play. I really do. Just take that fucking rollout play. Crumple it up, and rip that out and just throw it out of the playbook. And it drives me crazy because if you go back to the Bears game, the Bears figured it out. It took them a while, but they figured it out in the third quarter. Daniel Jones goes to the rollout. He's either going to run or go to the tight end or go to the short option. So you put a spy on Daniel Jones. You limited his ability to run, and then he doesn't. It's almost like sometimes he panics and he's not sure where to go with the ball. And I love the people that are still blaming Saquon Barkley for that bad 4th down throw. It was a bad throw. And you have to give all the credit in the world for Darius Slayton because Darius Slayton has tacked on another 44 yards after that 50-plus something yard one the other week because of the fact that it was a bad throw by Daniel Jones. It was a great catch by Darius Slayton. Just do something different. I'm starting the petition now. Start the OG QB. And again, this is Tim with the Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, you can like, subscribe. If you're ringing that bell, that'd be awesome.